and we're gonna flip. Oh, look at that. It's kind of weird. Very strange. Looks kind of alien. Look at the texture of the chickpeas right. Oh, come on, don't break your camera work. Jen's losing her composure. Look at the striations. Hey everyone, welcome to the Kitchen Noob. My name is Peter, and today we're making some Harissa roast chicken fajitas. This is a Jamie Oliver recipe, and if you're familiar with Jamie Oliver, he gets a little messy. So today we're gonna get a little messy. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna start with some Harissa. This is new to me. It is a red pepper paste. It's got red chili peppers in it. And again, going back to Jamie Oliver recipes, they're written in some kind of like Cockney English or something. So it's like a dollop here, a dash there, a splash there, jiggle it around a little bit. 1 more teaspoon for rippling. What is that? I don't know. I have no idea. Anyway, so we're just gonna wing this and see what happens. So we're gonna do, we got a roasting pan. I panned this a little bit. Well, not pan, but coconut oil. I'll put a little coconut oil in the bottom of it. It doesn't say to do that, but I'm thinking this would be a wise choice at this point. We're gonna put the Harissa in here. Now it says to use paste. I wouldn't call this a paste. I think that's gonna be enough. We'll see. Can always add more. I did taste this. It's like a red pepper paste. And it's like a medium salsa spicy. It's pretty good. It says to put a couple of glugs of this on there. I have no idea what that means. So we're gonna put a couple glugs. Don't need that. Wow, okay. Usually this has a little safety cap on it. This is red wine vinegar. I think that's good. I think that's just to thin it out a little bit, make it a little acidic. And this is true to Jamie Oliver technique here, where you just kind of throw everything into a pot and mix it up with your hands. We're gonna take our sweet potato. We got sweet potato, just kind of give it a good rub. Gonna get that flavor on there. We've got 3 sweet potatoes we're gonna do this with that vinegar. Smell it. It's funny, on the Jamie Oliver website, he's got one of his cooking school guys doing this recipe. He's not wearing gloves, so yeah, I pity him. Chickpeas. This is 1 can of drained and rinsed chickpeas. We're gonna kind of mix that up in there. We wanna get that nice Harissa flavor on there. Harissa, by the way, is a North African recipe. It's like a spice combination. I don't know what's in it. I don't really know. Red chili peppers. And then lastly, what's going in here is our chicken. We've got a whole chicken over here. And what I'm gonna do is, we're gonna bake this whole thing right here on 350 for about 2 hours. So, I need that Harissa back. I'm gonna just put some more on here, just to rub the chicken down with it. And this is just part 1 of our recipe here. This is the chicken, the sweet potatoes, the chickpeas, garbanzo beans. Kind of needed a bigger pan. I didn't think so, but I guess so. Let's get all that nice Harissa on there. It's a nice chicken. I've seen some pretty messed up chickens in my life. So this chicken gets, we're gonna put it face down in the pan. That's what he says to do for the first half of the cooking process. So after an hour, we're gonna flip this chicken over. I think what happens is there's some juices and stuff that collect in the bottom of the pan, and it's gonna help keep that meat moist on the breast. Also, Moya's very interested in what's happening over here. It'll make the skin crispy, and it'll kind of crispy up the skin on the front side too, to help kind of lock in the moisture so it's not so dry. All right, that's it. Let's salt and pepper this a little. Just a little salt around the outside, along the potato, maybe the skin a little bit. Do a little more. This is just sea salt. And I don't go for a full thing, I go for a coarse grind on this. It's just me, I don't know why. And then a little black pepper. This is rainbow peppercorns. I just like it because it adds a little mix of flavor in there. They do sell just black peppercorns, or like Sichuan peppercorns, that kind of thing. But I like the rainbow ones. You don't need to cover this. So we're gonna go into the oven. Our oven just beeped. I think I just heard it beep a few minutes ago, yeah. After an hour, we're gonna flip the chicken. I believe the recipe also says to kind of wiggle this about every so often. I don't know what that means. I guess maybe in 30 minutes we'll kind of flip the potatoes over and kind of stir it up a little bit maybe. So we'll check on it. All right, here we go. You don't need to film me washing. I'm just clearing up. We're gonna do the coleslaw next. Okay, so while our chicken's in the oven, we can start making our slaw. What it calls for is red cabbage. The grocery store didn't have any. Guess we better get used to that. But no. What we do have is we have this in the fridge, so we have an opportunity to use it. It's a vegetable slaw mixed. It's got green cabbage, red cabbage, a little broccoli stalks. There's some carrots in there too, so that works. You need a quarter of a head, and that looks like a quarter of a head, doesn't it? Sure. And then 2 carrots worth of shredded carrots. We had these in the fridge also. Might as well use them, so in we go. Making a slaw. We need each 2 tablespoons of oil. Got olive oil here. I think this is the first time I've actually measured oil. Okay. And then we need 2 tablespoons of the red wine vinegar also. And then the fun part is going to be shredding this apple. I'm gonna shred it right in here. This is a cosmic crisp apple. You can use whatever you want to. I actually need 2 apples, so I need a honey crisp too. Or one of those piñata ones. I need 2 apples. 2 apples go in here. Okay? So like just whenever. We're gonna see if I'll shred this. We're gonna see if it works. I don't know if you remember, I tried to shred something the last time. There was an onion and it just turned into mush. So if this turns into mush instead of nice shreds, I'm gonna either use a knife or break out the food processor. We'll see. We'll see.
For the sake of saving time, we're just gonna go ahead and say that the apple shredder was a complete failure. And so I spent a good 5 minutes cutting 2 apples into roughly matchstick and small size pieces. I'll have to look into buying a new shredder. I think that one is too small and I think the blades are very dull on it. That thing has to be like 10 years old or more, and it's just this cheap thing I bought, I don't know, at Walmart or something for $1 or $2.
So our apple is in. The last thing we're gonna do is we have some fresh mint leaves here, and we're just gonna roughly chop this a little bit. That's gonna go in our slaw. That's gonna add a nice freshness to the flavor. So we're firing on some acidity, some tartness, some sweetness. We have that nice fiber from the cabbage. That's gonna add a little bitterness too. The carrots are bitter also, which means it's packed full of nutrition. There we go, let's get that in there. As much as we can. This has a little bit of a skunky smell to it, which I like. It's got like that mint chewing gum kind of flavor. I want to get as much of that as I can. But then it's also got that kind of skunky smell to it. Okay, and then in we go. I'm just gonna mix that up. Okay, and we'll toss this again when we go to serve, you know, just to make sure all the ingredients are incorporated. I'm gonna give this a taste. Maybe we'll do some salt and pepper in here or something. Let me taste it. You wanna taste it? No? Mmm. I like that. I like that a lot. It's sweet, isn't it?
COVID.
What does it taste like?
Soapy flowers.
Let's add salt and pepper to it. So you can have salty and peppery soapy flowers. What do you think?
Yeah.
No, it's really good. It's very sweet.
No, it's tasty, but it does, because of the COVID, it has that soapy flower taste that I get when I eat carrots. Well, when I eat those carrots.
Well, that's what is mostly in here. Half of this is carrots, but it does have that apple.
Which also tastes like soapy flowers.
And let me get a spoon a second. Fold this up.
That is not our dog.
You think that's that Great Dane across the way?
No, it's not the Great Dane. That's the Great Dane.
Yeah, that's the Great Dane. They're, what is that, the $1 million barker? What is that thing called?
The Midnight Bark.
Kind of ruined it.
I'll bet.
It dampened the sweetness.
Well, add more stuff. Can I stop this now?
No, just keep going, because, ooh. Here.
It's gonna taste like soapy flowers.
Taste. Sorry.
Salt.
Mm-hmm.
Soapy flowers.
Oh, I like it.
COVID. Really.
I like it. It's so good. All right, it's been an hour. We're gonna check our chicken, flip everything. We're just gonna make sure everything looks good. So I have tongs, fork, oven mitts. Oh, that looks nice. Look at that. Come on in. I think I'm gonna take a thermometer. I know it's not done, but I just want to see where we're at. So, okay. Sweet potatoes are getting soft-ish. They need some time. Remember, there's an hour more of cook time on here, so. Okay, let's do this. Let's toss these sweet potatoes. Flip them a little bit. Stir up the chickpeas in the bottom a little bit. Those are supposed to get a little crispy. Now, the best way to do this chicken, it's kind of gross, but we're gonna go right up the jacksie. Right up the bung, right? And we're gonna flip. Oh, look at that. It's kind of weird. Very strange. Looks kind of alien. Look at the texture of the chickpeas right. Oh, come on, don't break your camera work. Jen's losing her composure. Look at the striations. It's like we're doing an autopsy or something. Got run over by a car. All right, let's tempt it. Let's tempt this chicken and see what we're doing. Jen's losing it over there. We're at like 110, so yeah, about another hour. That one's a little bit lower, so we'll clean that. That needs to be washed. What's so funny? The chickpeas on it? Jen's repulsed, I can tell. She's got a thing about chicken, and especially raw chicken.
And now I have a thing about
Chickpeas?
it's dented.
It is dented.
It's by a meteor.
It's by a meteor. What? A meteor.
Little craters. It's gross.
It was pelted. Hey man, it's Jamie Oliver.
I can't.
It's Jamie Oliver.
I can't even.
Okay, so pan up, pan up, pan up. Okay, so here's the thing about Jamie Oliver. I think I've mentioned this before, but his recipes are just kind of like mix this up and throw it all together in one big pot. So that's what this is. Mix it all together, throw it all into one big pot. So that's what it did. And it just kind of turns out, I don't know, it's delicious, but yeah, it's just kind of messy. And that's kind of the charm about his recipes. But one thing I do like about his stuff is he doesn't throw a bunch of crap into everything. So it's not, oh, we got to put this in and we got to put this in. And he layers natural flavors on top of each other. So he lets, like the sweet potatoes, they're kind of standalone by themselves. So when we put the sweet potatoes into the tortillas, it's like there's just salt and pepper on it. That's all there is. And he's letting the other flavors complement the flavors of the chicken and the sweet potatoes and the harissa. So it works. It all works. It's very rustic style of cooking, and it's awesome. Anyway, let's go back in. Oven. One hour. All right, so here we are, 2 hours later. We went over by about 15 minutes because it wasn't quite temping. I will show you how to temp this chicken. So we have our regular thermometer here. See that? Okay. And what you want to do is you want to go through the breast meat, through the middle of it. You don't want to get too far into the bone, but you don't want to go right on the top of the surface where the skin is either. So as you can see, we're temping just a little past 160. We're hitting 170 now, and a few minutes ago we were hitting 175. You can also temp, you can go through the leg if you want to, just to kind of make sure, like especially those bony areas, yeah, they're hitting like 180. And through the thigh.
You're letting all the juice of the chicken out.
I
Will you
see
stop that?
No, it'll be alright. It's alright. So the chicken is done. That's cooked. We're gonna let that rest for a second. What we need to check too is to make sure our sweet potatoes are soft all the way through, which they are. Beautiful. And then our chickpeas on the bottom, we're gonna eat those. What you notice, Jen? The little dimples have come out. I mean, there's still a texture there, but it's not like a texture. It's more of a pattern.
Still kind of raw.
I know it's weird, but okay. So we're gonna let this rest for a minute. I'm gonna bring it over here. We're gonna plate this up into some nice tortillas. We've got our tortilla. I wish this was a little bigger, but that's okay. Then we'll work with that. We're going to cut our sweet potato with our beautiful new steak knives here. Oh, look at that. The peel comes right off. Just open that up. I'm gonna mash that up a little bit. It's very firm, and we just want some sweet potato. So this is kind of again, a Jamie Oliver technique where you make the major components of the dish and then you kind of serve off of a main platter. So there's our sweet potatoes. We've got our chickpeas there. We're gonna cut into this breast a little bit. Just right in half. And what we wanna do is just start taking some chicken off of here. It's very hot to the touch. And
You might need a fork.
yeah, little fork to get some of that out of there. It's very hot. I was hoping to get some nice chunks. So there's some chicken. And we'll carve up this bird later too for leftovers. after we're done getting all the stuff that we want out of it. Now, we've got slaw. Where's my tongs? There they are. We're gonna put some of that nice coleslaw, well, it's not coleslaw, it's just slaw, on here. There we go. And then lastly, don't need that. We're gonna take some Greek yogurt, and I'm only gonna make a little bit of this because I don't think Jen's gonna eat it. I don't think she'll be a fan.
It's not Greek yogurt.
This is Greek yogurt.
No, it's skyr.
Okay, well, what is skyr? Jen's been watching Vikings, so she's very particular, but no, I'm just kidding. I know it's
You can call it Greek yogurt.
It's like Icelandic.
But it says right on it, Siggy's skyr.
I think that's Icelandic for Greek yogurt.
Yeah.
We're gonna take a little bit of the harissa. Now, I was reading too, you can also, if you have hummus, you can mix that into your hummus a little bit, add a little spice, add a little red pepper flavor to it. We're gonna stir this up just a little bit. Not entirely, but just to get a nice thing there. And then we can put that on our, there we go. There we have it. That's it, that's our harissa roasted chicken fajita. Fresh out of the oven. It's probably very hot. It's probably very good. Should I eat it? You think I should eat it?
Oh, I think you should take a bite.
All right, so we can leave it like this.
Inquiring minds want to know.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to fold this.
No.
No, how can I eat this?
Too much food in there.
Too much food in there. All right. I'm just gonna. I feel like Guy Fieri.
Going to Flavor Town. Copyright. Guy Fieri.
Okay. I probably got crap all over my mouth, right? There's a lot going on in there, and it's freaking awesome. It is. It's so good.
Okay, but
So
you're not eating another bite.
So,
You're going to say goodbye to your viewers. You missed it entirely. You got yogurt all over your face.
Do I?
Yep.
That is so good.
Okay, say goodbye to the people.
Why can't I have my mouth full? That'd be rude.
You know what's rude? Other people watching you eat when they're hungry.
Make it. Make this. This is so good. So it's got a baseline chicken and sweet potato, and the sweet potato has a sweetness to it, but it's more of a texture than it is really a flavor. I mean, there's a flavor there, right? But then the slaw adds a sweetness and a crunchiness and a cold. There's like a hot and cold temperature mix in there too, which usually I don't like, but this is awesome. So it adds a crispness to it and lifts the whole dish up. And then as an undertone underneath it all, there's this heat from that harissa, which is also very sweet because it's a red pepper sauce. This is so freaking good. So, okay, so easy to make. It's just a few components, really the longest time, the duration on the oven. It was about 2 hours and 15 minutes. Make sure your chicken is cooked properly. Make sure your sweet potatoes are nice and soft all the way through. The chickpeas are awesome. The yogurt and the sauce, also awesome. So definitely make this at home. It's so easy. All right, guys, that's all we have time for today because Jen's getting mad at me and I want to go eat. Yeah. She's hangry and she wants to dig into this too. So be sure to like the video if you like it. Make this recipe at home and comment below if you do. I want to hear about what you thought about it, what your thoughts are. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with all of your friends and family. Remember, you can find us on social media: Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, The Kitchen Noob. And we also have our website, thekitchennoob.com. All right, guys, we hope you had fun with this one. Hope you like the new format. I'm just playing around. I'm just experimenting, trying to see what works. So I hope you enjoyed yourself. Make this recipe at home. It's awesome. It's worth it. We'll see you next time on The Kitchen Noob. See you later. Bye. Be sure to